Chapter 3, My Mom and I. My mom has put her life on hold to help me fulfill my dreams. She works hard at her two jobs so I can become the best musher possible. She never gives up on me. She says, I'm no saint, but she is in my book. She finds the silver lining in every dark cloud and then shows it to me. As I grow up, I want to see things as she sees them and be just like her. I would not have gotten far as a young musher without her and my grandparents, Poppy and Nana. They have encouraged me every step along my trail to the Iditarod. They love me, and they've worked hard to make sure I have good dogs and the equipment I need to race them. They help me prepare for the races, and they attend my competitions. My mom is a single mom. She dates guys, but when they see me and all of our dogs, they back off. You will always come first, she says to me. I think that's one reason she's single. The second reason is the way she supports me and my dream of running the Iditarod. That's a big goal in terms of both effort and cost, and I could never reach it without her help in choosing and buying the right equipment, building my kennel, and taking care of the dogs. Mushing is an expensive sport. Blue Seal Feeds encouraged me by supplying me with 200 pounds of dog food a month for a year. That kind of sponsorship helped financially and boosted my confidence. I will need more generous sponsors when it comes to running the Iditarod. We buy the best dogs our budget allows, but we don't have state-of-the-art equipment. We have a rig for dry land racing as well as a larger dog sled, both costly items. As I outgrow them, they will have to be replaced. The money we save by purchasing used equipment helps pay for dog food. One year, I bought a dog with my Christmas money. That $200 was back in my savings account a few months later. I think the bank made a mistake, I said. I'll look into it, Mom said. As she spoke, the corners of her lips twitched. In addition to my dogs and equipment, I need warm clothing. I usually race in thermal underwear, jeans, a sweatshirt, 2 pairs of socks, my Team USA down jacket, and wool gloves. I buy the warmest boots we can afford, boots that can withstand temperatures as cold as 50 degrees below zero. I wear a mask that covers my head and goes up to my chin, leaving me room to breathe, and of course, I wear a helmet. If our lives were designed by Walt Disney, Prince Charming, who loves kids and dogs, would knock on our door. Mom would answer it holding a muddy puppy in her hand and a food dish in the other, and he would fall in love with her. But that's not our real world. My mom has done so much for me, I want to make her happy. I want to show her how much I love her by paying off her bills someday. I want to send her on a cruise to some warm place she's always dreamed of going. Kids at school say Mom and I are not a family. Though we're small and broken, we're still a family and a good one. On family nights, we play games or watch movies together. One night, Mom helped me curl the hair of my American Girl dolls while we watched a DVD. Mom says all of us who sled and race in the club are family. If I'm my mom's only kid by birth, but during the racing season, about 10 kids call her Mom and look to her for support and guidance. I don't mind sharing her. Besides, the parents of one of my mushing friends have adopted me. My 2 adopted brothers, Alex, who is 16, and Brandon, who is 21, are sons of our Down East Sled Dog Club president. They call me their little sis and watch out for me at the competitions. When I'm getting ready to race, Alex grabs my lead dog and helps me bring my team to the line. He gives me a thumbs up before I step on the runners, ready to take off. If I don't show up at the end of the race by the time Alex thinks I should, he comes searching the trail for me. Of course, the dogs are part of our family too. When my mom gets upset because the dogs did something like dig up a cement post, she gives the culprits an evil glare. They kiss her, and all is right with the world again. Amazing. When I am upset or angry, Mom says, "Go to the kennel." I stomp out there and visit with each dog, giving hugs and belly rubs. The dogs wash away all the bad feelings with their kisses. After a little while, I come back to the house. I'm muddy, I'm laughing, I'm in a better mood. Mom likes to go out to the kennel early on summer mornings. She picks a different dog each day and sits with him or her and her cup of tea, watching the sun come up. She calls this her breathing time. Doesn't she breathe all day long? You'll understand someday, she says. I'm lucky to have an honest mom. She tells me how things are without sugarcoating, but with love. She never deliberately hurts my feelings. She often says, I love you, and she does things that show she believes in me. In 2008, when I was 10 years old, my mom nominated me for a Real Girl of the Year award to be presented by American Girl. I was one of 3 girls chosen from 8,000 nominees for demonstrating initiative, effort, impact, and personal growth in working to reach my goals. My mom said I deserved this honor because of my dedication to running the Iditarod by rescuing, training, and racing sled dogs. I received a $5,000 donation for the Down East Sled Dog Club and an all expenses paid trip for my mom and me to New York City to visit the American Girl place. Maya, the girl featured in the American Girl book published that year, was an ice skater. For that reason, Olympic skater Emily Hughes was the honored guest at a breakfast held as part of the celebration. After we ate, Emily talked about her dream of skating the Olympics. Then I talked about not giving up on your dreams. That was a thrill for me. I hope what I said helped the room full of young girls who were there for the breakfast to resist peer pressure. I want them to stand firm for what they believe, to hold on to their passions and their dreams. Mom and I enjoyed our weekend getaway. It was an honor for both of us, and I'm glad she took time to write that 500-word essay about me and my dogs. It's just one of the ways she shows me that she stands behind me. Mom doesn't just care for me. She never thinks of herself first when others need help. One time when she and Poppy were competing after my junior races had finished, Poppy was sent out first in the 4-dog sportsman class. Mom followed soon thereafter. Poppy returned covered in snow. I dumped my sled, he said. When I stood up to ride it, a tree limb caught me across the back and knocked me down again. Mom returned a little later, hooked the dogs for other mushers, and helped them on the line. Not until the end of the day did she tell us, I hit a tree. Her side ached and she was breathing hard. Like me, she is lean and lanky. We don't have excess weight on our bodies. If we have an accident, we end up bruised and broken. We headed for the emergency room. Mom had cracked a rib and realigned her back. You must stay home tomorrow and rest, the doctor said. My mom's a shepherd and a true musher. She was back the next day to cheer Poppy and me on. Shepherds never quit, she said. When I come off the trail, sometimes last, many times battered, Mom smiles and tells me I did great. Then she helps me bring my team in. I praise my dogs and reward each one with a boiled egg. Then I let Mom look me over to see if anything is broken. The unconditional support she gives me keeps me going. That's the end of chapter 3.